Welcome to Learn Law Better, where today we are going to talk about the 3 sets of notes approach in preparing for an exam. If you follow this advice, you should forget less and remember more on exam day. Hi, this is Bo Baez, and today I'm going to help you understand why you should have 3 different sets of notes. 1, comprehensive notes, 2, study outline, and 3, notes at a glance. Your first set of notes is comprehensive and includes everything you wrote down during the semester, such as your case briefs, pre-class notes, and post-class notes. This comprehensive set of notes is far too large to work with in preparing for an exam, and it needs to be condensed into a study outline. The study outline is where you should write down all of the law that was covered in class. This means you eliminate things like case briefs, hypotheticals, and other extraneous materials from class. Let me note that case briefs are only necessary for class preparation. Once the class is over, all you need from a particular case is the rule of law. You will not be tested on the facts of the case unless you're in a course like constitutional law, where the facts drive the constitutional principle. The problem with your study outline is that it is still too long to be of much use. Most students will read through their 20, 50-page study outline and fail to remember most of that material on exam day. Now, don't get me wrong, you do need to look through your study outline a number of times before the exam, but what you really need is a third document that I call Notes at a Glance. The Notes at a Glance is a 1 to 1.5 page document that captures the basic rules you need for the course. You heard me right. Everything gets written down to 1 to 1.5 pages. Here's why that document must become the linchpin to your study preparation. On exam day, you will likely forget portions of your study outline for various reasons: stress, lack of sleep, or just the sheer volume of information. You will memorize this smaller outline, which will become your key to unlocking your much larger study outline. You must be able just to rattle off certain key concepts. For example, on a business associations course, your notes at a glance may state that an agency relationship is created when there's assent, benefit, and control. That's all you have in this third outline. But with that, you will be able to then recall the definitions of assent, benefit, and control from your study outline. Some of you are thinking, well, if 1 to 1.5 pages is good, why not memorize 2, 3, 4, 5 pages? The reality is that for those of us in the West, we were not taught significant memorization skills as children. In the East, they are still taught how to memorize. I once had 2 students from Korea take a closed book exam from their home with an honor code that prohibited them from looking at their notes. I was convinced they had cheated because they recited vast sections from the book. I later learned that they could memorize vast amounts of information because of their training. So for those of us in the West, studies show that a page to a page and a half is about the most we can hope to memorize. One final note on the 3 sets of notes method on open book exams. 2 words: use it. Many who take open book exams fail to adequately prepare, believing that they will rely on their study outline during the exam. That just doesn't work. Having gone to a law school where most of my exams were open book, let me assure you, you can get a false sense of security by having your notes. If you waste time looking for the right rule during the exam, you will not have time to fully analyze the facts. If you have any questions or would like me to talk on a topic that interests you, please leave a comment below. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to watch our other videos so that you can reach your full potential. If you want to learn more about tools we have to help you succeed, please go to learnlawbetter.com, explore, and then sign up for our free newsletter.